Coming to you from our Aerospark studios, this is the Tuesday edition of Primetime News. Many thanks for joining us for the next 20 odd minutes. It's always a pleasure having you. I'm Michael Madimba. Tonight's bulletin commences from Swakopmund, where 34-year-old Auntie Nauhaus appeared in the Swakopmund Magistrates Court in connection with the helicopter crash in which 2 people lost their lives last week. She was charged with fraud, forgery and uttering between 29 June to 12 July 2023. The suspect unlawfully and intentionally misrepresented, fake, forged and altered certificates of registration, as well as flight test permit of the helicopter in question to Namibia Base Aviation CC.
Prosecutor Anita Likies opposed bail on the basis of the seriousness of the case and the charges against her, which will therefore not be in the interest of the public and the administration of justice. The court also fears that the accused might interfere with investigations and abscond. According to the police, Nauhaus was arrested at her residence in Swakopmund on Sunday following investigations on a case which was opened against her by the owner of the Swakopmund Flying School following the helicopter crash. 2 people, the 54-year-old Jacques Jacobs, who was the chief pilot and pilot instructor from the Swakopmund Flying School, and 29-year-old Dirk von Weitz, died in the accident east of the Swakopmund airfield when they took it for a test. The case was postponed to 2nd October 2023 to allow further investigations. Reporting for Primetime News, Diana Kauta.
Moving on. The Deputy Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Jenny Matundu, on Monday stated that member states will likely overwhelm the African Union Commission with requests for funding to create the multi-hazard early warning system. Matundu noted this during the inaugural meeting of the Steering Committee and Technical Working Group of the Africa Multi-Hazard Early Warning and Early Action System in the capital. Let's have a listen.
Namibia, like the rest of the continent, is vulnerable to climate change and disasters. This challenge calls for increased investment in MHAWA's program at all levels. It also calls for a shift in paradigm from investments in disaster response to preparedness as espoused by the African Regional Strategy for Disaster Risk Reduction. The MHAWA's program is well posed to mobilize resources for the member states to establish multi-hazard early warning system to reduce disaster losses by 2030 and contribute to building a resilient continent. The African Union Commission, through the MHAWAS, is also well placed to manage transboundary disasters that increasingly affecting the member states and deserve our support.
Switching attention to the diamond sector. Namib Desert Diamonds Namdia on Monday announced that its profits from diamond sales after tax increased from 144.7 million Namibian dollars in the 2021 to 2022 period to 409.2 million Namibian dollars in the 2022-2023 period. Ishmael Mukubonda filed this report.
So we are sitting currently here. Namibia is a 3 billion revenue company. And it's something that we're really, really proud of. And it's really driven by years we are bequeathed with a superior product, but it's really driven about the people around this place. And then we are really, really quite happy. And that's what we're trying to push. And then we've now set up a marker. And for us, it's about how do we then grow from this base. Yeah, the CEO says it's a leap year, but for us, it's a base. I think we can go further. So you'll see the profits have increased from 144 to 409, and that has been to 144 million to 409. And that is really driven, of course, it will be driven by increase in the carriage, as you'll see from the next slide. The carriage that we have been able to market has grown from 222,000 to 278, but then the superior price that we've been able to fetch, driven by the sales strategy, has also contributed significantly to the profits. as you'll see in terms of the, and I'd want to park on this one because it is very important, because you say, what is the real purpose of Namibia? And we talk about price discovery. And NTTC, as my colleague has alluded to, sells to and they base their price on the De Beers price book.
Lieutenant General Joseph Shikongo on Monday inaugurated a new police station at Onkumbula in the Oshikoto region. More from this report.
The construction of the state-of-the-art facility at over 71 million Namibian dollars follows years of complaints by residents over the lack of policing services, which forced them to travel long distances to access such services. In his remarks, Shikongo said the government will spare no resources to invest in projects that are aimed at bettering the living standard and socio-economic development of the Namibian people. He stated that the development of this infrastructure is a true reflection of the Namibian government's commitment in enhancing safety and security. The facility, amongst others, has 5 charged offices, a boardroom, record and armory room, radio room, and a server room. It also has 3 holding cells, a doctor's consultation room, 2-bedroom flats, and barracks with 12 rooms for males and 8 for females, as well as a fuel station.
Stay tuned for the business segment. Primetime Biz is your go-to segment for all things business, and leading the segment, the Director General of the National Planning Commission, Obeth Kanjothe, on Monday launched the Social Economic Development Framework for the Green Hydrogen and Ammonia Project. Suzette Gitaura compiled this insert.
The framework for Namibia's first gigawatt-scale green hydrogen project was launched by Hyphen Hydrogen Energy and the Namibian government. Frederick said leaders and front-runners of the project must guard against unprincipled conduct, which has the potential to cause many undesirable socio-economic outcomes which could deny local people to benefit from resources at their doorsteps. She appealed to the pioneers of the project to be mindful of the effective governance pillar that encourages not only better service delivery, but also places emphasis on improved accountability by establishing a benchmark for good governance, which is centered on compliance to all governance instruments without fear or favor. Frederick further said the youth and small and medium enterprises from Klaras and Hardap regions are given fair opportunities to fully participate in the development. Reporting for Primetime News, Chekonia Nehemia.
At the same event, Kara's Governor Aleta Frederick underscored the crucial role that developers of the green hydrogen project play in ensuring local aspirations are taken seriously and achieved, especially by creating links to build a local value chain. More from this report.
Kanjothe said the launch of the SED marks a significant milestone for government social progression objectives through infrastructure development and economic advancement, adding that is what Harambee looks like, prosperity for all in a time when it is needed most, and indeed a time when people of Karo's region need it the most. He said the SED framework outlines targeted benefits and opportunities that the first gigascale hydrogen project presents to various Namibian stakeholders, including local communities, businesses, and the youth. According to Kanjozi, who is also the chairperson of the Hydrogen Council, tangible benefits for Namibians that come with the green hydrogen project include over 15,000 new jobs during the construction phase of the project and 3,000 permanent jobs during the operation phase of the project, with the target for 90% of these jobs to be filled by Namibians. Kanjoze further said that the SED framework includes a robust process by which Hyphen will validate the estimated benefits through comprehensive baselines studies conducted during the feasibility phase, citing that such a process ensures that the estimated figures are transitioned to concrete committed figures under a strict governance framework. Reporting for Primetime News, Ishmael Mukuvonda.
That wraps up our talk segment for tonight. Stay tuned for your Econ Roundup, but before that, we take a look at how the weather is shaping up countrywide. Welcome to Sport Planet, your go-to segment for all things sport in action. The annual Kavango Super Festival headlines the segment. Matthias Megameno and Thomas Hilifa were the winners of the men's 5 km and 10 km distance races of the annual Kavango Super Cup Festival, which commenced in Rundi on Saturday. The executive sports director of the Kavango Super Cup Festival, Erasmus Somino, told Sport Planet that Megameno completed the 5 km stretch in 15 minutes and 34 seconds, while Hilifa completed the 10 km race in 30 minutes and 10 seconds. Namibia's silver Olympic medalist Christine Boma handed over the trophies and medals to all the winners. The annual Kavango Super Cup Festival aims to showcase the vibrant heritage, diverse traditions and talent in the Kavango East region. Now, Manchester City will fight to stop Kyle Walker going to Bayern Munich. This according to Pep Guardiola on Tuesday, describing the defender as a key player for the team. Walker started as a substitute in the Champions League final when City completed a historic treble last month, and the German champions are keen to bring him to Munich. But ahead of City's clash against Bayern in Tokyo on Wednesday, Guardiola insisted the 33-year-old was an incredibly important player for them. Guardiola added, Walker has very specific qualities that are so difficult to find worldwide. I know we are in touch, both clubs. He added, we will fight for him, like I'm pretty sure Bayern will. I don't know how it's going to finish. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. This is where we dock for the night. A warm reminder to our audience to subscribe for daily updates and engage with us by tapping the like and share buttons, not forgetting to recommend our channel to family and friends. Catch us again tomorrow for our midweek edition as we navigate the world around us. From myself, Michael Madimba, and my entire production crew behind the scenes, it's good night.